14 pool, 16 hatch expand. On any sort of two-player map, I'm always just kind of anticipating them to just block my expansion, so...
Yep. That probe is actually coming down the map so early in your base by 14 supply. That is insane.
Go ahead and fake my hatchery first. Just keep trying to cut the probe off. I'm not sure if that blocks. Yeah, it does.
Bummer. So, just to kind of come back and revisit positioning for a second. That's one of those things that people lose games because of it all the time. I think ZvP is probably the best matchup.
Yeah.
The best example of how you can lose games with bad positioning. You can be 50 supply ahead and lose the positional battle. Maybe not 50, but I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What can we tell people? How can we explain to people, or what can people do to practice exercising better positioning?
It's one of those things you just kind of have to consciously do in a game. Like, really just kind of focus on trying to split your army even before big battles, so that you're attacking from multiple angles. But there's no real way to kind of practice it other than just doing it, in my opinion. But it's not one of those things you're gonna be like in a battle and go, okay, like, well, now I need to be in good positioning. It's, like you said before, you really have to make a conscious effort to scout out battles beforehand, and really put your units in like better positioning. So a lot of positioning has to do with scouting. You need to be able to see their units on their way to your base and move them into a desired position where your units would like be able to attack more efficiently.
Okay. Oh,
And typically that's surrounding, especially against like AoE units like Colossus. You really need to kind of spread them out.
It's just one of those hard things to really get. It takes. I don't know what it takes, but it's tough.
Yeah. And here we go. Still haven't seen any stalkers, so I'm expecting either Sentry Expand or some sort of extremely early Stargate play. And 36 supply. Go ahead and start my lair and sacrifice this Overlord. And I see a Stalker, which is kind of odd because if he was going to expand, obviously, I'd probably expect to see some sentries. So this is leading me to believe... There we go. There's that Stargate I was looking for.
Did you just happen to spy what it was building?
I'm assuming Void Ray, but no, I don't think I did. So one thing I kind of change up is I like to move all my Overlords in as soon as I see the Stargate like this. I'm going to go ahead, put down that Evolution Chamber, as I said earlier, and go ahead and make my Hydralisk done. Now, seeing this pylon at the expansion is making me think Void Ray expand.
Okay.
But I'm not sure yet.
And in spite of this,
So I have
you're
my
still just building drones. I guess there's not really much else you could be building.
Yep. Go ahead and place a spore down on each of my bases now that I know for a fact that it's just extremely early phoenixes. By the time this queen's dead, it'll be fine because I'll have a spore there to go ahead and defend this expansion.
Man, phoenixes are kind of good.
Yep. I really just want to sit back by my spore colonies at this point. Start researching my Hydralis range upgrade. I gotta really consciously watch my extractors to make sure he's not picking off drones that are on my extractors, which would reduce, obviously, my gas income. Because that's gonna be really key here in a second. Because I'm gonna try and do basically a Hydralis timing attack as soon as range is finished and as soon as I've spent most of the Vespian gas that I have.
Hydra timing. This is a long map. Do you really feel like that's going to be effective?
If you have enough Hydralis and you catch them before their Colossus transition, yes. It's not a very quick timing attack, but it is very effective just due to composition. He can't be making too, as Rhett said earlier, he can't be making too many ground forces when he's chrono boosting out all these phoenixes. And he's, because he's cut most of his Phoenix production at this point, it's going to be questionable. He's just showing me the same exact ones he's had from earlier. So I go ahead and I opened up my possibility to take my third base. And I'm just going to wait for these last few Hydralis to build here and then go ahead and move out.
Here we
Try
go.
to move around the fleet to reduce travel time, obviously. I'm going to go ahead here, already start preparing for a transition. So I'm going to start my roach speed. I need to try and target down those void rays.
And phoenixes are good.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't able to kill him with the attack, but I did a good amount of damage, and I was able to reduce his void ray numbers, which is really what I was kind of worried about at that point. So overall, could have been a bit more successful, but it wasn't a terrible attack. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw down my Spire and just work on transitioning to just the Roach Corruptor that I was looking for to begin with.
Okay, so we're going to return right back to our basic game plan of, okay, we've dealt with the anomaly. Now we're going to go back to a Roach Corruptor with support units sprinkled in. Okay.
Because especially, I scouted his robotics facility, so I know for a fact it's just going to straight be Void Ray into Colossus, or at least I'm assuming so with my Hydralis composition.
You have taken some time to add a few more drones.
Yep. Because I was able to reduce those numbers, I know he's not really going to be able to safely move out at this point, so I just took advantage of it.
Alright. And are you thinking about a fourth at all right now, or are you just worried about
Yep.
getting units?
Killing the rock at my high yield, and hopefully after I kind of destroy that, I'll be able to go ahead, take my high yield, and start amassing corruptors. I don't think he should be able to kill that queen with just two. I've been wrong before. And there we go. Go ahead Go ahead and start my +1 air attack upgrade, start a second evolution chamber. Just starting to mass up those corruptors and those roaches.
Now, is there a reason, a specific reason for taking this high yield and not taking one of the side expansions?
Well, it's kind of closer tied in with my third, and if I have to protect that side of the map anyway, I might as well just try and grab the high yield out of it. Also, it's for passive pressure. I'm, obviously a max Protoss army is the last thing I really want to deal with. So if I can possibly bait him into attacking me earlier, I'll take it. Even though it doesn't really put me in great positioning, I know at least it won't be as inefficient for me as it would be had he waited until he was maxed.
And you have made so many drones between when you attacked and now.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I think that's pretty much all you've made. I guess outside of these roaches. And I guess rightfully so, because he hasn't shown any interest in attacking again.
Yeah, not yet. Not till he secures his third, I'm pretty sure. Which I need to go out and actually scout right now. And yes, he does have his third.
Base
Still not enough drones, though. Yeah.
Good. Still not enough drones, you said?
Nope. Not yet. There we go. Start my last little drone production here. And I need to go ahead and start wasting these numbers. Scouting in with a changeling first. Make sure you can't force field me on the ramp. Go ahead and engage in. Once again, just trying to keep these numbers down, these Void Rays, these Colossus. I'm expecting to lose my army here, but I'm already reinforcing with more Corruptors, more Roach. Targeting the Void Rays down first, actually.
And you're focus firing with every single Corruptor.
Yep. Now I'm spotting even more. A bit more successful than I expected to be in this attack. But I'll take it.
Wow. I didn't expect it to go that well either, to be honest. And now it's just reload and go in, right?
Yep. I don't really have to worry about Corruptor production, obviously, because I just was able to take out all of his Void Rays, all his Colossus. But I made some anyway. Go ahead, start my next upgrade, start +2, start Hive. Actually want to wait for one larva spawn here. So I'll max out with this, hopefully.
And gotta say, man, that drone backbone that you had in place, really paying off right here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's probably the one thing I'll take out of this lesson that as the biggest thing I need to improve upon is this notion that 60 drones is enough. Obviously, it's not enough, and we want to be aiming closer for 80.
Yep.
And that's
especially
80,
against Protoss. Yeah.
And that's an 80 that we want to maintain, not just okay, I got 80 now I can start getting rid of drones.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He really needs to move his army up so he can force field that ramp. A lot easier to deal with.
I think that's going to be the proverbial nail in the coffin. GG. Well played, sir. All right.
Thanks.
So there we can see that lots and lots of corruptors are actually pretty good against stuff that flies. Who would have thought? All right. I'm just going to I'm going to thank Alish for his time, and we're going to do about 10 minutes of questions, if that's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
All right. So folks on stream, if you haven't already, please email your questions for Machine. That makes it so much easier for me to keep track of. If I pull this up and there are no questions there, then I will be a sad panda. The first question I'm going to ask is actually one of my own.
Okay.
You played in EG Masters Cup a few weeks ago, right?
Yep.
And